Good morning on your Sunday. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus as we look outside over a cloudy downtown Atlanta. Some of us started the day with raindrops, but the rain and cloudy conditions aren't hanging around all day long. That is some good news. Hi there. Thanks again for being with us. I'm Megan Packer here to update you on some of the morning's top stories, and we will check in just a few moments with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi, tracking your Sunday forecast and getting you ready for the work and school week ahead. And she's got some information about when the high 80s will return. So if you've missed those hotter temperatures, stick around. She'll have all the details for that. But here's what's making news this morning. Pretty busy overnight in the city of Atlanta. We were on the scene in Southwest Atlanta overnight, the scene of a deadly drive-by shooting where police tell us a man was killed while he was in his car. This happened around 4 a.m. on Ira Street near Pittman Park. Atlanta police say they do have some video that shows a silver sedan pulling up next to the man's car and somebody shooting him before driving off. Again, he's 30 years old. His name has not been released at this point, but there were several evidence markers there in the street on Ira Street. Investigators, again, have that video, but it was taken from a distance. So they say they are still looking for additional video people might be able to provide as they try to piece together what happened after, again, this man was shot and killed while he was just in his car this morning. Gwinnett County Police arrested a man after they say he caused all of this damage. This is a house right near Duluth. They say a man barricaded himself inside the home last night with a knife and set it on fire. It started just after 6 p.m. on Gainesway Trace in the Duluth area. A SWAT team was called in. They eventually took the man into custody, identified as 33-year-old Jonathan Lee. He faces several charges now, including arson. We understand he was taken to the hospital as a precaution, but there were no reports of anybody being injured out there, but certainly putting neighbors on edge for a while. They couldn't get into their neighborhood or get to their homes for a while as they were kept at bay while the SWAT team worked that situation in Gwinnett County last night. The community came out to say goodbye to two of the victims of the Appalachia High School shooting. There were funerals held yesterday for 14-year-old Mason Schermerhorn and math teacher Christina Irami. And you can see everybody wearing red at Mason's funeral. His family asked people to wear his favorite color when they came out to his service. Irami moved to the U.S. 20 years ago from Romania. She was a beloved teacher at Appalachia High School. So everybody's still thinking of that community as they continue to mourn the victims and as the school gets ready to return to classes, not this week, but next week, the week of the 23rd. And we're learning that the accused shooter's father now has new representation. He's got private attorneys now, no more public defenders currently representing him. And these new attorneys are asking for him to be kept separate from other inmates in jail. Marietta-based lawyers Brian Hobbs and Jimmy Berry are now defending Colin Gray. He is charged with involuntary manslaughter, second-degree murder, and cruelty to children. He is accused of allowing his son access to the gun that was used in the school shooting. We've told you it's only the second time nationwide that a parent has been charged like that, the first time ever in Georgia that a school shooting suspect's parent is charged connected to this crime. So he has these new private lawyers. They filed a motion asking for Colin Gray to be kept separate from other inmates in jail because of safety concerns. They're saying that he's been getting threats. No word at this point if the Barrow County Sheriff's Office has obliged. And court records show his 14-year-old son, the alleged shooter of that school shooting incident, 14-year-old Colt Gray, is represented by a public defender. He faces 4 counts of felony murder and is being held at the Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center. At last check, the father and son both have their next court dates, not until December, but we'll keep a close eye on the court docket and let you know if that changes. Today is the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, and there is a blood drive to kick it off happening right here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium as we take a live look at the Benz there in the background. There is an international organization that is hosting this blood drive. Atlanta is one of 3 cities in which the We Love You Foundation is hosting what they call a mega drive Today's, again, is happening inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium right now. Just started at 10 o'clock. They'll be out there until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Organizers want to collect 760 pints of blood, including 300 from Atlanta donors alone. The goal is to encourage diverse blood donations. So that is something that is really simple to do to support your community and help others. There is always, always a need for blood in the community. So again, out there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium until 4 o'clock. And we see that it's cloudy out there right now. We did have some raindrops this morning, but let's talk to First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi to find out if it's still raining and when we could still see some sunshine. So Courtney, I'll bring you in to talk about not only that, but the return of some warmer temperatures eventually as well. Bring it on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually just updated the forecast a couple of minutes ago and bumped some of the temperatures up even a little warmer for late week. So if you were ready for temperatures to go closer to 90 degrees again. Are any of us ready for that? Probably not. It's on the way this week, whether we like it or not. It is coming. So we'll gear up for some warmer temperatures, but most importantly, we'll see a little sunshine today. If you look really carefully through the clouds, you can see a little bit of blue sky there over Mercedes-Benz. You have to really squint your eyes, though. I'm First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. We did, of course, have a little bit of rain yesterday. It was cloudy yesterday. It's been cloudy the past few days. So today will be a little bit of a transition day as we head into a little bit of a different pattern that includes more sunshine and also some warmer temperatures. But right now it is still pretty cloudy out there. We are nice and dry right now. Some of you might be feeling a little bit of like mist or drizzle in some spots, but for the most part, we are dry, and a lot of the areas that are waking up listening to us are experiencing overcast conditions. Over the last 24 hours, we've picked up about 1/4 inch of rain within the city limits of Atlanta and across Metro, especially south of the city. We had these little rain bands set up yesterday that kind of moved off from the east-southeast and moved off to the west-northwest. So they were just kind of little wraparound bands that moved in. Very light rain, but just enough to be kind of annoying yesterday for your afternoon plans. Most of the heavy rain set up back out in Alabama and in South Georgia. So LaGrange picked up about 1/2 inch of rain. Some of your rain gauges probably over the last couple days picking up upwards of 3 inches of rain in parts of southwest Georgia. But overall, yesterday wasn't very impressive in the rainfall department, which was kind of the case over the last couple of days. We were really hoping that we'd get some good rain out of what was Francine moving inland and then ultimately the remnants that kind of hung out to our west. But we had a wedge build in, and that kind of blocked the system from moving close enough to us to really give us any kind of substantial rain, and even evaporated some of the rain, give us some more dry conditions, kind of more overcast conditions instead of that rainfall. So the next couple of days, we're not going to really make up for it either. So if you didn't get a lot of rain, this week isn't really going to deliver either, unfortunately. Just about a 20% chance for rain today. A quick passing shower will be possible. I really honestly think our highest rain chance has already come and gone this morning. But this afternoon into the early evening, maybe an isolated passing shower will be possible, but we'll be mostly dry. And then we'll be dry tomorrow. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I introduced a 20% chance for rain. That's as a low that is currently trying to develop across, or currently trying to develop. Y'all, I just poured myself a second cup of coffee for a reason, okay? There's a low that's trying to develop along the Carolina coast. That will bring some rain to the Carolinas and then could bring some rain to far north and east Georgia on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that 20% chance isn't necessarily for Metro, but kind of the periphery of it off to the north and east. We'll talk about that in a little more detail in just a second. High temperatures today will be warmer because we will start to see some sunshine, especially as we head past your lunch hour. Expect those clouds to gradually decrease through the day. It will be a very breezy day. Highs in the upper 70s to near 80. The warm spot today looks to be about 83 degrees in Rome. Through the afternoon, it will continue to be quite blustery. So you probably noticed the wind yesterday. You'll notice it again today. We're looking at wind gusts anywhere between 20 to 25, maybe some isolated gusts as high as 30, especially in the higher elevations of the mountains. So if you had plans to maybe go to some of the apple orchards up towards Ellijay, it's going to be pretty breezy up there today. And then it will stay breezy even into the overnight hours and through the day tomorrow. Our wind will finally calm down, it looks like, by Tuesday. If you're headed to the Braves game tonight, of course, they've been doing really well against the Dodgers. Really well. This wouldn't let them sweep the series. They have one more game tomorrow night against the Dodgers, but nonetheless, they are back at it again. First pitch at 7:10. If you're headed to the Battery tonight around 5. Maybe a quick passing shower at that point, but most of the game should be nice and dry, just breezy and pretty mild. Temperatures in the 70s throughout the entirety of your night. Overnight tonight, lows drop into the low to mid 60s, waking up around 67 in the city of Atlanta, so just about near average tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, a little warmer. We'll see even more sunshine and no rain tomorrow with highs in the low 80s. Let's talk about that low off the coast. The National Hurricane Center actually keeping an eye on this, looking very disorganized this morning. About a 50% chance of development. So that didn't change from yesterday. It's running into a little wind shear, starting to interact with land. So not a huge chance for development, but some models are thinking that this could make it to at least tropical depression status as it starts to move inland. Let's take you into Monday. So again, mostly sunny skies through the day on Monday. We're actually going to get some dry air on the backside of this low. Now, Tuesday, it's really conditional to where you live. If you are north and east of Atlanta, you'll have the chance for a few light showers. So kind of from Greene, Clark, Oglethorpe County, all the way up into the mountains, towns, Union, Rabun, Fannin County. You'll have the potential for some more cloud cover and also maybe an isolated shower as that low moves inland and brings very heavy rain to the Carolinas and Virginia, even some thunderstorm activity. And as it kind of stays to our north on Tuesday, that will keep at least the chance for a few wraparound showers, mainly for the mountains. Now, we could drop that rain chance as a whole on Wednesday, but not completely convinced we'll get by completely dry with that low to our north just yet. But nonetheless, for most of the area from Atlanta off to the south, you're going to see a lot of sunshine because, again, you're going to get some drier air sinking in on the backside of that low. So for most of us, it'll be a really nice day on Tuesday and Wednesday. When it comes to temperatures, we are going to stay quite warm. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. So this would take us into the end of September, which, can you believe that? Fall is a week away, and fall is September 22nd. So pretty much the end of September. It is crazy that we're even talking about that. But anyway, we're going to stay warm. So if you were hoping for some really cool, crisp, beautiful fall weather, it is still going to be nice, but we definitely, looking long range, including this week, we're really not going to have any of those super cool, crisp fall mornings where we were in the 40s and 50s in some spots. I don't really see a lot of that in the upcoming, the next couple of weeks. High temperatures this week will climb into the mid to upper 80s, so it will be a pretty warm week. Our average is 84, so we'll be just above that this week. And we will be mostly dry. Honestly, it's a little bit of a boring week of weather this week, but that's okay. We'll take it after a little bit more of a busy week last week with all the rain, and of course, we were watching Francine and the cooler temperatures. We'll definitely see more sunshine this week, which I think everyone can get behind. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. So about a 20% coverage of rain today. Just a quick passing shower possible. Will be near 80 this afternoon. It'll be breezy. We'll stay breezy Monday. We'll see even more sunshine, highs in the low 80s. Maybe a stray shower if you live north and east of the city Tuesday and Wednesday. Otherwise, a really nice day Tuesday and Wednesday. Warmer though. And I do want to notice the 64s in the morning some of the days. The mornings will actually be pretty comfortable the next few days. And then as we head into the upcoming weekend, Friday and Saturday, maybe a stray shower, but the rain chance looks pretty limited. In fact, most of this week, again, looks mostly dry. We need the rain, guys, because, you know, we've been pretty dry so far for most of September. I think at least some of the rain we got the last couple of days will help that fall color at least slightly. But we definitely need to get some sort of rain chance before the end of this month if we want our leaf color to be really nice in October. So if not, all the leaves are just going to die when they start to change color and fall off the tree. So we don't want that to happen. So everyone start, doing your rain dance, not too hard, because last time we did that, I feel like it was in July and we had a really wet July. So let's just, take it easy, but hope for some rain. But this week will be dry, mostly dry and warm with temperatures in the 80s. Enjoy it, everyone. Enjoy this sunshine that will eventually peak out later this afternoon, and I hope you make it a great rest of your weekend.